Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with another fantastic video for you on this K1 Visa Green Card channel. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you legal advice. I don't work for USCIS. But I do give you information that is important, especially if you are from one of those 75 countries. If you are an American citizen whose beneficiary is one of those 75 countries being blocked from getting their green cards adjudicated, this video is for you. Now, immigrants' rights organizations, legal advocacy groups, and several U.S. citizens, American citizens, filed a federal lawsuit on Monday challenging the Trump administration's ban on immigrant visa processing for nationals of 75 countries. Today is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. That was yesterday, February 2nd. The group argues the policy unlawfully rewrites U.S. immigration law. I agree. And discriminates on the basis of nationality and race and eviscerated decades of settled immigration law. I agree. Okay, I agree. The lawsuit, seen by Fox News Digital, was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. And it names Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the U.S. Department of State as defendants. So former Senator Marco Rubio is now going to be in the hot seat. He's going to be in the hot seat in front of a federal judge explaining himself. The lawsuit will hopefully block a State Department policy that took effect on January 21st of 2026, which indefinitely pauses issuing immigrant visas, but not non-immigrant visas, including tourist visas for applicants from the listed 75 countries, which does include a lot of my friends in Colombia. Navy friends married to Colombians, now told they can't bring their wives to America. It's horrible. As previously reported by Fox News Digital, the pause is an effort to crack down on applicants deemed likely to become a public charge, with departments reassessing screening and vetting procedures, which is total baloney. It's all bogus. Okay? Now, the group argues the new policy amounts to a categorical nationality-based ban on legal immigration, and that's exactly what it's doing. It's replaced the individualized case-by-case adjudication required under federal law. You can't do that. The Congress has made it quite specific on how to run this green card process. The State Department has justified the pause by claiming applicants from the affected countries pose a heightened risk of becoming public charges, which is BS, or dependent on government assistance, which is BS, horse manure. The lawsuit says the State Department's policy is based on an unsupported and demonstrated false claim that nationals of these countries migrate to the United States and then they improperly rely on cash welfare and they are likely to become a public charge or public charges, which is not freaking true. My friend in the military, married to a Colombian, makes plenty of money and his wife isn't going to be a public charge. So, according to the complaint, the ban affects roughly 40 to 45% of immigrant visa applicants. That's almost half worldwide, and applies even to individuals whose visas have already been approved or been authorized for printing. This is unconscionable. This is un-American. It's a violation of the Immigration and Nationality Act. Now, this policy has no stated end date or for review of criteria or a mechanism for exemptions. Nothing. It's not good. The lawsuit was brought by the National Immigration Law Center along with the Democracy Forward, whoever they are, I don't know. It's a legal aid society. The Legal Aid Society, the Western Center on Law and Poverty, and the Center for Constitutional Rights, and Colombo and Hurd, among others. Now, this lawsuit was brought by the National Immigration Law Center, along with Democracy Forward, whoever they are, the Legal Aid Society, the Western Center on Law and Poverty, the Center for Constitutional Rights in Colombo and Hurd, among others. Constitutional rights being very important here. Okay? Plaintiffs. Who are the people suing the Secretary of State? Well, they include nonprofit organizations, U.S. citizens like my friend, petitioning for family members, employment-based visa applicants. Big companies need these specialized people to get their green cards. Another plaintiff is a U.S. citizen from Long Island whose wife and nursing infant traveled to Guatemala for a scheduled interview, and they are now stranded there indefinitely because of the State Department, because of Marco Rubio and the Trump White House. It's just horrible. These people are not doing good for America. The pause affects applicants from Latin America, including Brazil, Colombia. My friend's wife from Colombia is blocked, and Uruguay. Balkan nations such as Bosnia and Albania, South Asian countries including Pakistan, Bangladesh, many countries in Africa, primarily Africa, and the Middle East and the Caribbean. Okay? This is not good for our country. The petitioners are also challenging a related State Department directive, a directive that expands the definition of public charge to include non-cash benefits. It's insane. Private charity use. So you can't go to the church? And speculative future factors such as health and English proficiency being held against you? This is pure unconstitutional horse crap. Okay, coming out of the White House, directed to the State Department. They argue the expansion contradicts decades of immigration law and congressional intent. Yes, it does. Congress has put in place an adjudication process for green card holders. The State Department just can't come in arbitrarily at the behest of the White House and stop it. The petitioners are asking the court to declare the policies unlawful, which they are, block their enforcement nationwide, and restore lawful individualized visa processing, which was what the Congress created. Now, Sky Perryman is the president and CEO of Democracy Forward. I don't know what that is, but said that by freezing immigrant visas for people from 75 countries, this administration is tearing families apart, shutting out workers, which our economy depends on, reviving a discredited public charge lie. It's a pure lie to justify collective punishment based on nationality and race. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's a big lie also. The law does not allow the government to blacklist entire nations or weaponize immigration policy to advance racial discrimination. That's right. We are in a court because no administration has the power to rewrite the Constitution or immigration law at will, which is what this White House appears to be trying to do or has done at the moment. And we will use every legal tool available to stop this abuse of power, according to Perryman. Okay? And then, the State Department is saying, well, a visa is a privilege, not a right. In accordance with the law, Secretary Rubio has made it clear that immigrants must be financially self-sufficient. Well, that's why we have adjudications at embassies. Principal Deputy Spokesperson Tommy Pigott said in a statement Monday. That's just another frickin' excuse, okay? It's just another excuse. The embassy staff do a great job adjudicating green card applicants, immigrant visas. Okay? This White House and this State Department, which is following the orders of the White House, are just trying to block legal immigration, and it's violating congressional law and immigration law. Sorry for ranting, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Don't forget I do a live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Central Time. Please, if you want to join as a member, join up as a member, then you can call me and email me, and I can help you through this immigration process. I've got 13 years processing green cards and K-1 visas, and never have I ever seen in 13 years such abuse of power. Never have I seen such abuse of power coming out of the government regarding legal immigration to this country. Okay? And this federal lawsuit, the federal judge is going to explain to the Secretary of State and the President that this is not the way legal immigration works into the United States. Okay? See you at the next live stream.